Hey everyone, Complex back with another video, and today has been an extra special day in Anthem. Not only have we gotten the final event for the Cataclysm, which is Sea of Takaro, but we also have had a sizable patch with some pretty awesome updates. One of them being more vault space. If you haven't checked your vault out recently, you now have 350 inventory space, which is a considerable amount over what we had before, which was 250. So now you have 100 more slots for 100 more legendary weapons, which I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited about, even though I generally don't keep my inventory anything over 200. But now maybe I will. Maybe I'll get crazy and hit that 250 mark all of a sudden. You never know what'll happen. But outside of that, there is something extra special in the free play zone of Anthem. If you head to the Emerald Abyss and like north in the Emerald Abyss, you will see something extra special. So if you haven't checked that out yet, please do. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on it. I, for one, was pretty excited when I saw it and kind of fangirled a little. So I'm very curious to hear what you guys thought of it as well. But let's chat about why we're all here today, which is the final event for the Cataclysm. And that is the Sea of Takaro. Now, before we get into how to do the event and also how to summon the Valkyrie, let's quickly chat about the order of events. So currently, I am personally playing the Cataclysm as doing Ring of Magnus, which is the normal first event. And then we will be doing Castle Kelric. Then we're going to go to Cass's Forge. Then we're going to Brittaheim. Then we're headed over to Astrid, and then after Astrid we're going to head to the Sea of Takaro and then finish up with Diana's Landing. I prefer finishing up with Diana's Landing whenever possible, just because it has the most amount of turrets, Valkyries, as well as brutes, and they are all worth a sizable amount of points. And with that multiplier up a very large way now, you will rack up a sizable amount of points, especially because it's just horde mode, so you don't really have to worry about completing anything else. Everybody on your team can just worry about killing all the mobs, so you'll get a decent score off of it. So there is that for the order of events. Now let's chat about the Sea of Takaro. Now, as a quick overview, there is kind of sort of like 2 to 3 different ways to complete the Sea of Takaro. There is no right or wrong in that regard. It's just going to be what is you and your team's preference, or if you're playing with randos, whatever happens to be easiest in that instance. Now, as an overview, the main thing that you should know about Takaro is that there is a cylinder of water in the center, which I'm sure you are familiar with at this point, and the water flows upwards. You have 3 echoes, and you have to get those 3 echoes up through the cylinder of water, through the barrier, and silence the relic, basically, that is in there. Now, what makes this complicated is that 2 of the 3 echoes are locked behind barriers, and also there are 3 pressure plates that need to be stepped on. Now, in order to unlock the echoes, you need to step on the pressure plates, but also to unlock the barrier at the top of the cylinder, you also need all 3 pressure plates to be stepped on as well. Now, there are ways to work around it. The first method that you could do is have 3 of your teammates all basically just stay on pressure plates. That absolutely will work if that is what your team wants to do. The only downside to that is that there won't be anybody really to kill mobs. Everybody will be killing mobs from a distance, which is fine. It's not necessarily going to help your score, but it is an option, and especially if you're just kind of learning Sea of Takaro, or you're not necessarily comfortable with the order of events, or what have you, or even if you're pressed for time, this might be a really good way to get in and out. Just have basically everybody come in, kill the turrets, and then have one designated person that's going to get the echoes, and then also have 3 other people that just will stand on the pressure plates. Now, when you stand on the pressure plates, the 2 barriers, or one side of the barrier, I should say, depending on what pressure plate you stand on, will open, and you can grab the echo and then leave, and then grab the other one in the same method. And then there is 1 echo that is free of a barrier, if you will, so you can just pull it at any time. The one thing to note, though, is that when you are basically in the main area of the event, there is no flying. It has the suppression for flight, so your javelin is locked down. So you're going to be doing a lot of running as a heads up. So the other method is that there are actually 3 weights that you could put on these pressure plates, very similar to Astrid's event. Now, one of the weights is free, so you can pick it up at any time, and the other 2 are locked behind the barriers along with the echoes. Now, what that means is you can either do this solo, so have one person basically take that free weight
that's around. Put it on one pressure plate, and then use that to unlock one side of a barrier, and then go in, pick up the other pressure, the counterweight rather, and then the echo as well, and then they can place it on an open pressure plate, and then do it for the other one with the exact same method. So that way all 3 of the pressure plates have weights on them, and everybody else can be killing at that point, and then you basically are free to get all the echoes really quickly. So that is an option. It is going to take a little bit of time. The other option is to have somebody standing on one of the pressure plates when you first get in for you. So then that way you can grab one of the weights and then also an echo, and you don't have to necessarily worry about finding that free one first or anything like that. You can just kind of get it done, or even divide into teams of 2 and have one team go into one side with the echo, and then the other team go into the other side with the other closed echo, and to grab the weights and then kind of place them down. So that way, while the person is finishing up the event, you can start killing basically all the mobs and get more points that way. So then from there, once you have all 3 echoes, you're going to want to take them and you're going to want to swim up the cylinder, and you will know that it's kind of got that normal relic that we've silenced before a couple different times. So swimming up, and then you'll see it, and then you're just going to kind of get as close as you can to make sure that the echoes are picked up by it, and then you'll see the 3 out of 3, and then it will say that the crystal is open. You can shoot it whenever. The thing to note is that once you do put the echoes up, it actually will put them back where you originally found them, which is perfect because you need that to summon the Valkyrie. Now let's talk about summoning the Valkyrie. You can summon the Valkyrie either before or after finishing the event, because the echoes just go back to their original home, so they should be there to find later. So once you re-pick up the 3 echoes, you're going to bring them right back up the cylinder the way that you did for the event. It's literally just a duplication of the event. The 3 echoes, bring them straight up into the cylinder, silence, just finish silencing the relic, basically, is what it looks like. And then Takaro himself will become available, and that is how you summon the Valkyrie. Now, for strats working with randos, it's really going to depend on the team of randos that you're working with. If you notice that people are a little confused and not knowing what to do, you do have the free weight available that you can pick up and use to open up a barrier for yourself, which is really nice. So then that way you can kind of get things going, and once a door is open, it should help the rest of the team kind of understand, like, oh, okay, this is what I need to do, or somebody might get the hint to go get an echo, or it'll just allow you to solo the event, which is really nice. So that'll help. And then if you're going to be playing this with friends, really whatever strat is going to be best for you guys is totally going to work, whether it's splitting up into teams of 2 with the weights, or it's everybody standing on a pressure plate, or what have you. It all works just as long as it gets done in the end. And if you are somebody that is waiting to summon a Valkyrie until the end, because I know that is a strat right now where people are walking away from Valkyries for a few different events and then coming back and killing them outside the bubble for the maximum multiplier to up your score as much as possible. Takaro is, as of right now at least, one of those Valkyries that you can just wait to summon, similar to Kelric. So that's also super nice. But y'all, hopefully this helped if you were having any trouble completing either the Sea of Takaro or just summoning the Valkyrie overall. If you have any questions on the Cataclysm, or if you're having any trouble with the newest event, please don't hesitate to leave it in the comments down below. I'm always happy to help when I can, or you can always find me on Twitch. I do stream Anthem 1 to 2 days a week currently. So yeah. Y'all, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your night and or day, depending on where you are in the world, and I will catch you next time. Bye, guys.